Our week started out with a severe snowstorm that lasted 2 days and brought over 30 centimeters. After that, we got a freezing rainstorm that also lasted another 2 days and brought over 40 millimeters of rain. The winds were gusting up to 80 kilometers per hour, and although we lost some of our branches on a couple of our white pines, our solar panels stood strong and we never lost power. We were fortunate because some of our on-grid neighbors did. The upside to this strange and severe weather was that we got a lot of melt in our water barrels, which meant we didn't have to lug any water up from the river, a small but welcome benefit in our day-to-day. And even though we've had nothing but evidence to the contrary, the weather is getting warmer and it looks like it will be above seasonal highs in the next week. So hopefully the snow will continue to melt and soon we'll be able to get going on our spring projects and start building the foundation. We changed the design of our dock a little and are reusing the wood from the farmhouse floor. We are waiting for the delivery of a large propane blowtorch so that we can char the wood the way that we did for the siding on our little blue box more efficiently. The method is called Shosugi-ban and will extend the life of the wood for approximately 80 years. Despite nature trying to break our stride, we are still making progress.
From a dream without a sun, the world was upside down and you were gone. I couldn't see, it's all in me, still falling in a dream down in waking up in my cold sweat, feel like I am deep in debt without you. I'm sitting up in my lonely bed, wondering what I just said to you. I'm holding back the tide of waterfall. A single drip could make it all come.
folks, just sharing with you another of our ceaseless attempts to reduce, reuse, and recycle. Mind your R's. We built a hook ladder, if you will. I don't know if that's actually called a hook ladder, but basically a ladder with a 90-degree piece at the end. That was, and showed in earlier videos, that was to rest upon the roof when we took off the aluminum roofing and that. I made it probably a little more robust than it needed to be, mostly out of my paranoia around heights. So it's on 16 centers, and I joined each of the joists, if you will, in between the railings, each of the rungs of the ladder, with two 4.5-inch number 10 spikes. So that thing should survive the apocalypse. But what we're going to do, because I thought about this at some point between then and now, that it would make a really good gangplank, if you will. I think that's like a plank, like a walkway out to the dock. We had gone on a vacation a couple weeks out east a few years back. Just did a driving tour around Nova Scotia, Cape Breton, and Prince Edward Island. And what we had noticed is that, and it makes sense in hindsight, all the docks and that, all the platforms would be connected to the pier or to the shore with like basically a hinged walkway, so that when the tide rises, the dock can lift, and and it's hinged so that the walkway will travel with it. So you either have to walk up to the dock in high tide, or you're walking down to the dock on low tide. We have a similar situation with the river, in that it will, just kind of in the course of rain in the summer, if we get a good storm, it will sometimes rise as much as about a foot, depending. There's also a couple of dams upriver from us where, and I don't know what the criteria is, but they will control the flow of water, especially in the spring. And last spring we saw, I think it was almost 8 feet of rise in only a matter of a couple of weeks, where it even overran the banks a little bit into the property. So again, using this very robust pine ladder, because I even if we need something similar for our roof for the new house, I will make a new one out of cedar 2x4s, only in that this thing is god-awful heavy to be hauling up onto a roof. We didn't care with the old roof, because if we scratched it up or scuffed it or banged it up, like, who cares? But if we're putting up a new roof, we want something that's a little more manageable. So all I'm going to do in addition to what already exists is just simply probably put 2 more 2x4s across at each of the ends and sandwich them together with the existing rungs. Then I'm going to run some eye bolts through that, and then those will be the hinges. I've got some hardware we already purchased for this, like some U-bolts that I will put into the dock itself, and then we'll attach those to the eye bolts. That will make the hinge at the one end, and then at the other end what we're going to do is dig a couple of post holes. And what I want to do there is take some rebar, bend it back on itself so it's about 4.5 feet of length, and then bury that in concrete in some post holes. So we'll hook up eye bolts to that at the top end, so that will be a pretty solid hinge. Hopefully not get washed away in when the ice breaks in the spring, because I don't think we're going to take the dock off the water. I don't know if it's really necessary. We've watched a couple of years now the way the ice breaks up in the spring, and it's not like these big monumental flows that are going to break things apart. I think at most what I'll do is I'll maybe in that same concrete post have another piece of rebar off shooting or something like that, so that I can also hook up a fairly heavy chain to another U-bolt on the dock, just as some insurance, because I wouldn't expect the dock to have a whole lot of strength in that walkway if it gets pushed. But if we have, a secondary chain to kind of secure it to the bank, I'm pretty confident that's not going to take off on us. Well, we'll see. Wish us luck.
I hate that look. It is this one.
Yeah.